Okay, so let's get straight into it. Basically, all 5 of these blues patterns that you can play in the left hand can be translated to any other scale on the piano, but we're just going to stick to C major for this one. Plus, if you're a beginner and you're thinking, oh no, I've stepped into a video that's going to be really advanced and really complicated, don't worry, it's not bad at all. In fact, all it takes is a little perseverance, a little repetition, and before long your left hand will be able to play these blues patterns no problem at all. So let's jump into the first one, and arguably it's my favourite. It sounds like this. You might recognise it, it's a really common pattern, but it's a lot of fun to play and it's really easy. In fact, I'm 99% sure that it was the first piece I ever learned on the piano in my first lesson when I was 5. So you can do it too. Start with your little finger on C, then your third finger on E, second on G, thumb on A. So that gets you your first 4 notes. Very easy so far, right? C, E, G, A. Now, when you get to the A, you're going to sort of press it and move your hand so it pivots on that thumb and hits the B flat with your second finger. So it's pivoting up just so that it can reach it, just for that one note. Then all you've got to do is come back down again. So hitting the same notes that we went up with, it goes C, E, G, A, B flat, and then opposite, coming down, A, G, E. A, G, E. Now, as I said, all of these patterns that I'm going to show you can be translated anywhere else. So if you wanted to play the 12-bar blues, you start with that one. Repeat 4 times and then move your hand up so that your little finger is now on F and do exactly the same pattern. And it suddenly feels like a song. Then you could move to G. Arguably, actually you wouldn't do the whole pattern here, but it would fit if I forced the whole pattern in. Still works. Still works. There we go. If you're a beginner, you can follow exactly what my fingers are doing. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can think about positioning this pattern into other places. You just got to be aware of the scale that you're using. Basically, start with the major and then flatten the 7th note, and you can work with that. So this one's 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, but it's flattened from the major scale, 6, 5, 3. And I'm not going to go into any more of that because we're on to the second one. Now, the second one's actually easier, but it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like this. You can imagine something over the top of that. Quite funky, not too complicated. C and G together, and then again, and then C and A together, and again. And it's swung, so you're going to have a long note, then a short note, and a long note, and a short note. Can you hear that? Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Same concept, that could be translated somewhere else. And you're really building up this pattern. So if you want to translate that to other scales, it's 1 and 5, and 1 and 6. Major or minor, doesn't actually no, it does matter. That is major. But it's nice and easy. So the first one we had was that. Second one was that, although you could do an alternative version where you just simplify it and you don't have to swing at all, you just go like this. Works just as well. And I'm already getting distracted, but we're on to the third pattern, and I believe it goes something like this. Oh yeah. This one's slower, it's a little bit more laid back, but it sounds so cool. Imagine a few chords over the top. Yeah, and it really isn't difficult at all. So, start, as per usual, with your little finger on C, second finger now on G, and then thumb on A. So you're going to go C, G, J, G, C, G, A, G, B flat. And that's the weird thing about it. Remember in the first one, we had to cross our second finger over the top. On this one, we're actually going to shuffle our thumb so it just reaches up to hit that B flat. So I'll do it again. We start with C, G, A. So we're going up, C, G, A, back to G, and then up to B flat with the stretch with the thumb. See that? And then repeat the G, A, G to come back down. So C, G, A, G, B flat, G, A, G, C, G, A, G, B flat, G, A, G, C. And in terms of fingers, that's 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. And it translates. And I'm getting distracted, but if you want to put that into another scale, all you need to know is it's notes. These are notes, not fingers now. The numbers start to get confusing. It's 1, 5, 6, 5, 7, flattened, 5, 6, 5, 1. 5, 6, 5, flat 7, and so on. So number 1 was number 2, variant of number 2, number 3, and now number 4. This is something I've actually stolen a little bit from Hugh Laurie. He's probably stolen it from somewhere else. It's just how blues work. It sounds awesome, I love it. It goes like this. Quite a bit faster, quite a bit more complicated, but there's nothing stopping you slowing it down. Still works, in fact slower. I'd argue still works. So the notes here, double C to E C, G C, A G. So let's do that again. C C, E C, G C, A G. And for those fingers, all you need is 5, 3, 2, and 1. Exactly how we started that first pattern. If you want to translate it somewhere else, they are notes 1 of the scale, 3, 5, and 6. I don't need to repeat the order of them, but just that's all you need. So panic. Oh no, there's going to be a point where it went wrong. Don't play blues in C sharp major, it doesn't work. It's not nice. But that is pattern 4. Pattern 5 is something I actually just made up earlier this morning. And I don't think I can improvise over it too well because it's a little bit complicated for the moment. But once I get my head in the game, should be pretty good. It sounds like this. Let me know what you think. Sort of has the same sort of similar vibes as the Hugh Laurie one, and the B flat and the strength of that blues notes from, say, the first pattern that we did. I forgot it. That's it. So it goes little finger on C, play that twice, thumb up to B flat, so C, C, B flat, and then G, A, G, E, G. So as soon as you hit that B flat, it goes G, A, G, E, G. Sort of going around that G, up, down. So B flat, G, up, down. That's how my brain visualizes it, but you might have another way of doing it. So of course, those are the fingers 5 to 1 to 2 to 1. Of course, you've dragged your thumb back from the B flat to get to the A. So 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. So with a few chords over the top of it. It just works. So to recap, we had pattern 1. I'd call that a classic. Pattern 2. A bit of swing, a bit of bounciness. The variant on pattern 2. Then we had pattern 3 that was sort of a little bit laid back, if I'm getting the order right. Then we had Hugh Laurie's. I've got a funny feeling I've muddled up the order, doesn't matter. And finally the last one was mine that I made up this morning, and it sounds like this. So if this helps you, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like this video if you thought it was any good, and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of content. And I'll see you in the next video. See you then.